Okay, let's get into our last optical illusion. Come all to the great United States of America. Yeah, freaking right. So we've seen that there were thousands of Haitians turned away at the border. They were looked like they was treated like rodeo animals, whipped, tied up, chained, and all of that stuff. Like Jesus Christ, are we bringing back chattel slavery? No. And the current administration was like, yeah, nah, bro, y'all got to get up out of here. We ain't got no space, bro. Seats taken. And that kind of goes against everything that we thought we'd be receiving, because it's like, hey, if you are coming from a troubled place, come to America. Not with the two. We're gonna come to America, the first one, the when Eddie Murphy was young, the fire one, not the come to America. No, we don't want to come to that amendment. No, no, no. But here's the interesting thing about that, right? And where I think people are getting upset. For one, you got people like really getting like look like they're getting whipped like on men and horses like it's 1847. But we've opened up our borders to Afghan refugees, which I have no issue with. But then we see all that's been going on in Haiti as of recently, and it's like, hold on, we can't open our borders to these people. Well, why not? What's the criteria for being a good immigrant? Now, I can sit here and say we shouldn't let everybody into our country because maybe they don't add value to our country. So why the hell would we bring them in? But I don't think that's our public stance. I think our public stance is we are the land of opportunity. So when people come here looking for an opportunity, we should let them in if they're good people. Well, what are good people? I told you good and bad is subjective. Like it's about your circumstances. So what do we do? I don't know, but I just think this immigration issue is freaking insanity because we we pick and choose what's okay and we don't really care about I don't want to make it a race issue today. I don't. I truthfully don't, but because people say, well, they're letting the brown people in. Well, they're not the black people. I mean, has anybody been treated worse than the black people in America? I don't think so. Hell, I that lift every voice and sing. I'm trying to. I'm trying to lift my voice. I'm saying, but I ain't hearing her. Earth or heaven ring. Shall I ring with the harmonies of liberty? And I can't rejoice. I can't let that rejoice and rise high to listening skies, because I mean, it ain't sound like the rolling seas. Sing a song. Well, I'm gonna sing a song for when I see the Haitians getting beat. Like, what's the criteria for a qualified immigrant? Who can seek asylum here in this country? I mean, I read that they're allowing thousands of those Haitians to seek asylum here, thank God. But like what qualifies a good immigrant? And if we're going to have open if we're going to allow immigrants in, I mean, I don't know, man. I just think this immigration thing is so sticky. If you're just like, yeah, no, bro, all America, nobody's welcome here, don't come. I'll be like, okay, that's our stance. But that's not been our stance, because what we have done is we've exploited the hell out of immigrants. We've worked them to death, and we've paid them pennies as a country. Yeah, we've done that. And then we've picked and chose who we allowed to be citizens. And I mean, if we're gonna sit and act like we are trying to actively stop people from coming to this country illegally, I would just disagree. There's too many ways to get over here. So all I'm asking for is fairness and consistency. If you want to shield one group of people from mistreatment in their home country, make sure you do that same to other people who are seeking mistreatment from their own country. Because if this is the land of opportunity, if this is supposed to be the land of milk and honey, if this is supposed to be America, America, God shed His grace on If we're asking for God's grace, we better give our grace to those who want to come here, those who need to come here to escape the hellacious lifestyle in their other countries.